transforming the detailed customer journey into an actionable wheel is the next step beyond creating a leadership vision, and then really helping people at the front line understand, what do you want customers to feel? I mean, again, you can do all the processes right, but how do you want them to feel, and how do we get there? So they focused on this leadership concept, and by lead, it is the acronym listen, empathize, add value, and delight. And essentially, as much as we all think we know how to listen and we all think we know how to empathize, those things aren't all that obvious, really. I mean, a lot of the times we listen to respond. Someone says something, we listen just enough to make sure we can come up with a response that doesn't sound particularly inane. So as a result of that, there was a lot of training for everyone in the dealership on what it takes to listen. And then this notion of empathy, and with a lot of time spent on empathy. Empathy is really kind of the place between understanding what was said and acting on what was said. So if I understand your problem, before I launch into fixing it, I have a moment where I can connect with you as a human by hypothesizing how that problem might have felt to you. So if you share something with me, I could imagine, wow, you might have felt unsafe then after you had that particular thing happen. And so that willingness to say, maybe, as another human having emotions myself, I could possibly imagine someone feeling, that's the empathy. And much training was spent on that in the transformation of this brand to be driven to delight. And then the next level was, since a lot was invested in technology, and I'll talk about that in a minute, the notion was that in order for us as human beings to really deserve to be paid in the world in which we live today, we better be able to do something that machines can't do, or we'll be replaced by machines. I mean, in a real simple sense, if everything can get managed by technology, then people become less and less important to service delivery. So the main message, without quite that negative fear-based approach to it, was that you are human. You have the ability to do something that machines can't do. You have to bring that talent, that gift to every single interaction, every single time, no excuses. So what can people do that technology can't do? Well, obviously they can listen and empathize. Those are kind of inherently in there. But beyond that, what is the value you can add as a person? And I think sometimes it's as simple as greeting and welcoming somebody. It's the ability to say, wow, I'm glad to see you, and mean it. I mean, from an authentic place. Thank you for coming in my building. Without you, my paycheck is not made. Without you, I have no one to interact with. You give me an opportunity to be of service. That gives me purpose. Thank you. So sometimes it's as simple as just having that warmth, that connection that machines just can't do. Beyond that, I better be able to think and resource and problem solve and give solutions that machines may or may not be able to do. They may not be programmed in their algorithm to do. They should be able to fulfill my stated need, but they may not be able to anticipate my other needs. Now, I don't want to get into big debates about the ways in which software is trying to anticipate our behavior. Certainly, that's increasing. But as humans, we can think about other resources that we have in the business, and we can direct people in those. And we believe that if you do all that, you ultimately delight customers, but it's also nice to send them off with a great thank you, to show your appreciation, to suggest something that might be of interest to them in the future.